Hey guys, Silver here, and today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Cynthia Nendoroid figure from the Good Smile Company. And if any of you are new here, then let it be known that Garchomp is my all-time favorite Pokemon, so I have been heavily anticipating this set just for Garchomp. And the Nendoroids are very nice figures. I do have Red. I never got a review out for Red because the audio got corrupted. But these Nendoroids are very nice quality figures. And let's go ahead and take a look at the box here. It's already very different from Red's. Red's box actually has a window to it. And you can see that there. So Red's English box does indeed have a window, while Cynthia's doesn't. I actually like the window effect on Red's box a lot. I wish they did have a window, but you'll see why when I open it up later. But minus the window, the boxes are very much the same. And let's get Red's box out of there. And you can see on the back here that it will include 1 body, 2 faces, 5 arms, 5 hands, 3 legs, Garchomp, a Pokeball, and a base with a stand. And we got the Pokemon Company International on the back here. And the side. The bottom. And then the top. So let's go ahead and open Cynthia here. I already cut the tape off. You can see this really bright purple. See, I would have loved to have seen that. I really wish they did the window effect with Cynthia here. But let's pull her out. So yeah, nice purple box in there. And it also says her name on the inside. I really doubt my camera will pick that up. But it says Cynthia on the inside. It's like they wanted to have a window, but they didn't do it. But it is still a nice box. And we have our instructions. Tells you how to assemble. There is assembly required with Garchomp. So let's see. Got some tape to cut off here. So we have Garchomp's fins and Cynthia's arms and a Pokeball here. And we have our base. Oh my gosh, Garchomp is so beautiful. This is a huge figure. I was really not expecting Garchomp to be this big, so this really is a pleasant surprise for me. And we got one of Cynthia's faces, and Cynthia herself, and of course she's covered in plastic. So I'm going to assemble Garchomp and get Cynthia out of her plastic, so let's just cut here. Alright, so I got these two assembled here, and Cynthia is free of her plastic. And I'm going to save the best for last, so I will talk about Garchomp after Cynthia. So first, let's look at Cynthia. And I really like her hair. They did a fantastic job with her hair. She's blonde, but they didn't make her hair like a gross yellow like a lot of figures with blonde hair end up having. And her model just looks fantastic. And I'll zoom in here. I like her standard face she comes with, very Cynthia-like. I always picture her as very calm and collected. You can see her little like charm here has a nice metallic paint to it. Along with her little like head things, her little like headbands, they also have a nice little sheen to them. But the figure itself is matte. And I will go ahead and put her other face in now, and you just pop the head off like that. There we go. Nendoroids are always very easy to change the faces and arms and stuff like that. So I'll just put her other face to the side here. I definitely like her neutral face much better, but this is also a really elegant looking pose she has going on here with the closed eyes. And even her shoes, hopefully my camera will pick this up, even her shoes have a little band of gold on them, and they are shiny. So much detail goes into these Nendoroids. It's just amazing, really. And then her coat here has nice fringe to it. Everything, they really nailed her overall look. You can see the top of the head. And now let's try changing out one of her hands. I did notice on her hand here that there is a bit of black paint transfer, which is super unfortunate. That didn't happen at all with Red, but there is a little bit of black paint on one of the tips of her fingers there. So let's just try to take one of her arms off. There we go. And let's switch it. It is a bit difficult to maneuver with all of her hair. She just has so much hair that it kind of makes it difficult to change out the arms. Let's take her off the base. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, to kind of get in there, you might have to just take her head off, because it's very difficult to get in there with all of her hair. There she is holding a Pokeball. And I will probably keep her like this, but just with the other face, because this looks really great right here. Just like, are you ready to battle? Are you ready to face the Elite Four champion? But she also has this little pointy hand. Just like Red has a pointy hand as well. I think all of these Pokemon Nendoroids will have a little pointy hand. And then she has a closed fist here. So those are her other two hands. But let's put her back in the base so I can set her down. Obviously, she's really going to need the base because her head is so large. That's Nendoroids in general, you can just describe by their heads are super large because it's the chibi style. So she will just topple right over. She does need the base. There we go. And she's back in her base here. And I will change her head out one more time and put my preferred face in there. And that is just so easy to do, thankfully. So there is Cynthia. And now let's look at the star of this beautiful Garchomp figure. I'm blown away by how nice this Garchomp is. And he has so much articulation. His neck joint, his neck articulation is fantastic. He can put his head down, up, looking towards the side. It's just so nice. The ball joint there is perfect. And then his arms can move. You know, you can move his little arms up like that. And this Garchomp is just fantastic. He's so big for one thing. I thought it would be a little bit smaller, but this figure is just massive, and that just adds to my love of it so much. His arm over here is a little not wanting to stay in very much, but I will not be playing around with this figure very much, so hopefully that will not be an issue. But I'll zoom in on him here, and he's so big I have to tilt my camera upwards. There is a tiny spot on his star that's green. Garchomp with green spots on his star seems to be a common trend with Garchomp figures, but there is a minuscule little spot right there. But other than that, the figure looks pretty flawless. I love his teeth. The sculpting is fantastic. The eyes look great. This is a world-class Garchomp figure right here. And now for some comparisons, I couldn't resist bringing some of my other Garchomp figures I have here. So here is the Megasobi figure. You can see it is just a tiny bit taller. And then I have the smallest Garchomp figure I have, and that's this little tiny Chupa. So there is the Chupa. So this is the tallest Garchomp figure I have, and then the smallest one I have, and you can just see the size difference there. So this guy is going to look fantastic in my collection. Probably the nicest Garchomp figure there is, honestly. And then, of course, let's put these two back together. We have Red here, along with Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. So here are the two Pokemon Nendoroid sets together, and they look fantastic. So much color. And then N, when N comes out, that's going to look great as well. So you can see I have Red in the pose, like when you meet him on Mount Silver. Just are you ready to battle? And I did not review Red because I had issues filming the review. The audio got completely corrupted. But I feel the same way about Red as I do Cynthia. If you really like the character, definitely buy these Nendoroids. They are very, very nice. A bit pricey. I think they could go down a little in price. I think $49.99 is a little much for them, honestly. But if you really like the character and high-quality Pokemon figures, then definitely get them. But you can just see them together. If not, I think just for the Pokemon alone, they're worth it. I mean, these three starters are so cute. And I mean, I've had Bulbasaur as my icon for several months now. And then Garchomp is just stunning. And I cannot wait for Reshiram with N. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. As of August 31st, when I'm filming this, Cynthia is still available on the PokemonCenter.com for $49.99. You will have to get a throwaway item if you want free shipping. I know 1 cent away from free shipping. That's kind of a bummer. But I just got a Ancient Origins booster pack to get free shipping there, so. And as I said before, if you really like Cynthia or Garchomp, this is completely worth it. I'm even not a huge fan of the chibi Nendoroid style, but they're just such nice figures, and Garchomp is just phenomenal. I'm so excited to have this guy in my collection. And I will definitely be buying and reviewing N and Reshiram when they come out. I believe N and Reshiram come out in Japan on November 28th. So that means they might be on the PokemonCenter.com up around maybe mid-January. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I definitely think the next Nendoroid after N will be Steven and Metagross. But let me know who you guys want to see as a Nendoroid next. I really would like to see, as a counterpart to Red, I'd like to see Gary or Blue or Green or how many ever names he has. I'd really like to see Gary. Gary is one of my favorite characters. And I would also really like to see Lance and Dragonite. I think that would be amazing. Lance is probably one of my favorite trainers. So, yeah, let me know who you would like to see in Nendoroid form in the comments down below. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.